Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the operating system. In our first lecture, we are only discuss about the introduction to the OS or its booting. So what is OS? Operating system work like a bridge. It's work like a bridge between software and hardware. Like we have user, then application, operating system and hardware. Hardware is a bridge between our software. Software is our application and hardware. So booting. Booting in computing, the booting is the process of starting a computer, like pressing the power button. Next we have BIOS, which we all knows. So first of all, first step is to press the power button, which we all know. Next step we have to post, then checking for the operating system, then loading operating system into the RAM, and shifting controls to the operating system. This process is known as booting. Next point of discussion is the process. So what is the process? Process is a program in the execution. And in operating system, process can be passive or active. So in process, so the entity stored on the disk or executable file. And in active, the entity loaded into the memory. So program become process when the executable file loaded into the memory. So HDD is our executable file. Hard disk, we have a hard disk which is executable file. Next we have the program and the CPU. It's all known as process. Next, what are the process attributes? So there are the multiple parts of the process. Which first one we have text section, data section, heap, stack, and and program counter. So stack is on the top of the section. Next we have a space for the memory. Next heap, data, and text, as you can see in the systematic. So what are the processing states? As the process executes, it changes states. First it has new, then ready, then terminated, then running, and then waiting. So first new, the process where the process is being created. In ready state, the process is waiting to be assigned to the processor. In terminated, the process has finished the execution. In running, the instructions are being executed, and in the waiting, the process is waiting for some events to occur. So this is the process state diagram. We have new which is admitted, then it's go to the ready state, then ready state from the running state. If there is an interrupt, then again running to the ready state is go back to the running, go back from running to the ready state. And if it perfect, then we go from running to the terminated state or exited state. So if the scheduler dispatch or there is an error occur, then input output event waits, and waiting in waiting state. After waiting state, the input or outputs or the event completion, then again ready, then running, and then terminated. Our next concern is about the scheduling queue. So in scheduling queue, we have job queue, ready queue, and waiting queue. Queue uses the process which is known as FIFO, first in first out. So keeping that in mind, we are going to discuss these scheduling queues. So first of all, we have job queue. So job queue, it sets all the processor in the system. Its job or its in queue. Queue means line. So all the processes are set according to according to their structure. So first first one is on first, second one, then in ready queue, all the process set residing in the main memory. They goes in the main memory and ready and waiting to the execution. They go from job queue to the ready queue. In ready queue, they are wait, as its name shows, they are ready, steady, go. uh, so ready, steady, go, ready, and waiting to execute. Device queue, it device queues, as its name shows, it waiting for input output devices. If it's input process, then it wait for the input, or if it's output process, then it wait for the output. So processes migrate among the various queues. Here is the representation of our scheduling queue. First we have job queue, then it's transferred to the ready queue. After ready queue, it goes to the CPU. If it's okay, then it's go to the exit state, or if there is some problem, then it's go to the input output waiting queue. If doesn't find, and if it doesn't find any, if it doesn't find any input output, or if there is an error occur, problem occur, then it's wait for the waiting queue. So we have discussed the scheduling queues, as I told you earlier, that it's queue uses the FIFO, first in first out order. So first is the job queue, ready queue, and the input output devices queue. So that's it for today. Thank you guys.